I got a little DeFi exploit. Mostly it's about a huge number of tokens. 6 quadrillion tokens were minted out of thin air and roughly turned ultimately into about 5 million USDC. So $5 million exploit, not huge. We're talking about Ankr. It's a DeFi protocol that's based on the BNB chain, formerly known as the Binance Smart Chain. Speaks to, again, all these little bugs in smart contract code are exploitable by those who know how to do it. It's a DeFi exploit, so I got to put Will on the spot. Will, was it you this time? Was it you?
It was not me, unfortunately. I wish I had, because I'd be 600
Wow,
quadrillion
Will is.
tokens.
Let's pretend that he just like didn't answer. He's just like, I will neither
Well,
confirm nor deny.
he's out of that brick room, so maybe it was him.
Anyway, I'll toss it to you, Jen. So this is yet another DeFi exploit. This one not huge yet, it seems, but clearly this is happening and affecting BNB chain today.
Yeah, every time I read about a DeFi exploit, I always think about how the regulators might be looking at this. And specifically today, I thought about the FTX implosion, the contagion that's happening in the industry, how regulators are looking at that, and how regulators are looking at everyone in the industry saying, well, DeFi is actually a solution to this. I know it's not a massive exploit when we compare it to some of the exploits we've seen in the past, but I think that regulators look at something like this and they say, well, we actually need to start looking at DeFi applications because we need to protect customers over there too. So I think, and I didn't follow this as it was happening. So Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like the Ankr team responded very quickly. It looks like all customers that were affected are going to be reimbursed, and they identified the problem, which I think is awesome, as there is this extra scrutiny on the industry, and I think extra scrutiny probably on DeFi right now. I don't know if Will's back yet. Will, do we got you back?
Yeah, I didn't think I was ever gone, but here I am. Let's talk about this little exploit here. Pretty interesting one to wake up to, and I think a lot of these stories are probably just going to go under the radar with what's happening with SBF and FTX right now. No one really cares about this, but DeFi keeps on churning. All these protocols are 24/7 autonomous to just keep running, and some of them are not very well built. And I think that kind of comes back to the multi-layer debate, or I should say like the multi-chain thesis. We're seeing some of the flaws in that because a lot of times like the good developers and the good money is going to heavier chains like Ethereum, and then these other chains like BNB don't have quite as much traction for developer talent, and you see more hacks. So it's actually one of the thesis I'm sort of like leaning on going to the bear market next year, is that we're going to see more hacks for these layer ones that don't have the developers to really peel under the layers and look inside what's going on. Because this hack itself is actually sort of small. Like if you look at what PeckShield said in the report, anyone was able to do this. They'd go into the back end of the contract, change verifications, and able to mint themselves a quadrillion tokens. And then, use that, just change some parameters on a few other things, and boom, you can print yourself a lot of different money. One other thing I want to bring up in here is Tornado Cash. So a lot of people think that Tornado Cash is gone because the US government sanctioned it with that OFAC sanction back in August, but that is not the case. Tornado Cash is still alive and well, just that not very many people are using it. Tornado Cash is a decentralized application built on top of Ethereum. There's a lot of different clones of it on different layers as well. And why people use it still, it's just still running. The thing is, it doesn't have as much volume. And if you have less volume, that means that your privacy is not as secure on these applications. But if people continue to use them for hacks, exchanges, and then people outside the US continue to use it, you might see Tornado Cash actually resume. So that's one other thing I'm looking for during the bear market, is possibly Tornado Cash coming back into the limelight. Zach, I'll throw it back over to you, though, for your take.
I just wanted to say 6 quadrillion again. You said 1 quadrillion, sir.
Yeah.
It was 6 quadrillion tokens, and that is a fun number to look at. Also, an interesting little cascade. Sort of all these systems tend to be a bit interconnected. That is one of the beautiful things about crypto. Composability, DeFi money Legos. You build one, they stack it on top of the other. And that's how you get this rapid pace of innovation in DeFi development. But that also means that one issue can lead to a cascade of secondary issues. And an issue that cropped up was on DeFi lending protocol Helio, where an opportunistic trader was able to kind of use the Ankr exploit to do a subsequent exploit. And that's also interesting to note and to watch. Yeah, composability. It's a feature and a bug, folks. It definitely is.